Hey yo, what's up everybody? It's the JJ. Today we're coming back a video basically talking about Flynt Finance, and of course this is a crypto option trading platform. And of course, what do I mean by crypto trading options? Gonna explain to you later on. So if let's say you are somebody who wants to generate passive income in the cryptocurrency space but do not know how to trade and do not have the time to basically dive into trading or educating yourself about trading because there's too many strategies, and of course it's too complicated for busy people like us. Therefore, I would say this product itself I'm going to mention is going to be perfect for you guys. If let's say you guys are looking to generate some passive income in the cryptocurrency space itself, the perfect product is over here, and I'm going to explain to you why. So before we jump into it, I would really appreciate you guys if you can basically leave the thumbs up to this video. It helps the YouTube algorithm. And of course, if you are not subscribed to the channel, feel free to do so. And you're feeling a little bit more generous, feel free to head over to my Patreon to support the channel itself. So without further ado, let's dive into how does Flynt Finance work. And of course, this segment itself is for those who are new or existing users that are still thinking like, how does Flynt Finance work? And of course, from there you already have your money in, but of course you want to know more about it, so I'm going to explain to you. So over here, Flynt Finance itself, you guys might think that it is a Ponzi scheme, but over here it's not really a Ponzi scheme. I mean, it's not a Ponzi scheme. And of course, we can see that there's high APY over here. I would say this is called a degenerative product itself, the degens product. Therefore, you guys might be thinking that, hey, it's impossible to get 58% APY or APR in a year itself. But the fact itself, what they are doing is basically Bitcoin covered call option. So how does this covered call works itself? Flynt Finance uses strategy. Yes, they do trading, but they do not do like derivative trading or leverage trading that some of you guys might want to call it. Not like those algorithmic buying and selling or arbitrage trading. Instead, they are just using the simple, and of course the most I would say is somehow a very sophisticated tool in the financial market itself. Is called option trading. Therefore, option trading itself, what is a covered call? They are basically using this strategy to play around with these assets that we hand over to them. So how does a covered call work itself? A covered call is a basic strategy that involves selling a call option, basically as what people like to call it, basically going short. And after that, from there, for every 100 share in the underlying stock itself you own, basically you are basically owning this Bitcoin, and of course you are shorting this, and of course by doing that itself you're going to make some passive income through heading for a short option, going short itself. And after that, from there is to basically generate some income from the stock position. So you are basically using your existing asset to, you're holding it, you're hedging it for the future. And of course, meanwhile itself, while the price is appreciating or depreciating, you can use this asset itself to set up a contract, and after that, from there you can borrow your funds towards it. Therefore, you are getting paid in premium. So this is where the passive income comes from, using Bitcoin cover call itself. So over here, there's two types of scenario. Basically, over here, if the stock finishes above the call or strike price itself, you are basically collecting the premium and making some loss. If let's say you are going like going long or going short depending on your strategy. So this is a cover call. Basically, you own the asset, but you are still playing around with the contract itself to generate some income itself. So how does Flynt Finance works? They use the rebate exchange to trade their crypto option trading. And of course, for the USDC itself, they are using GMX, and of course, there is additional Vega staking. Basically, this is just a pure staking option for those who are looking to stake like Vega cryptocurrency or something like that. So I would say the most hot product itself as of today itself is the Bitcoin cover call 5x. So we hear what happened on Flynt Finance option trading strategy. We almost see a red zone as of last week itself, and I'm going to explain to you why. Yes, we almost see a red zone on this cover call itself. So I'm gonna explain to you how do you like view this Bitcoin price and strike. So we hear what they are doing is basically they are having a cover call option to basically hedge against their assets that we give to them, and of course from there, by doing so, they can basically use these funds to borrow out, and after that, from there, make some passive income through the lending process itself. So how does it work on Bitcoin itself? You can see that this over here is called the strike price. The red color line is the strike price that they are basically telling the contract is, okay, if let's say this Bitcoin reaches $24,000, and of course by the expiry date itself, if the price does not hit the strike price or go above the strike price, basically I'm loaning this amount of Bitcoin towards the exchange, and of course from there the exchange will pay me a premium if let's say the price have not reached the strike price at the end of the contract. So this is how it works. Basically, you're collecting premium while the contract is being in play. So over here we have like a few close call over here. You can see on this last year itself, October itself, there was a very close call over here. They have a strike price of 21,000, and of course Bitcoin went up to $20,818. Therefore, they almost have a negative result. And of course, over here we can see the this year itself on around January 19 itself, we are also having a strike price of 21,000, and of course Bitcoin itself has went above 21,000, and of course during that period itself, whatever position that they have, it is in a negative zone. Basically, they are having this, they have collected that X amount of premium, and of course the price headed up towards the strike price. Therefore, they are losing some sort of amount. So your premium minus your contract losses itself, you will basically get the realized PNL. But fortunately enough, the Bitcoin price itself went down towards 20,792 before the like on the expiry point itself. Therefore, there was no loss being incurred. Instead, they are still making profit through this contract. So last week itself, I would say is a very close call. Once again, basically they on Flynt Finance, they have 3 close call, and after that they managed to basically avoided losses, and of course it is miracle. So over here, how does it work? Over here, they have a 24,000 strike price, and of course during this period of contract, basically it's a 1 week contract. So within this 1 week itself, Bitcoin went higher than the strike price, basically went up to $24,406. Therefore, their strike price is 24,000. So during that point itself, they have around 44 Bitcoin in play, and of course, they have to pay the amount, that the difference between the strike price and the current price itself. If let's say the expiry hits above the strike price, but fortunately enough, Bitcoin went down towards this amount went down towards $23,940, and of course there's a $60 difference. Therefore, Flynt Finance is making additional $60 off this contract itself. Therefore, there was no loss incurred. So I'm going to scroll down to you guys, and after that, from there, we're going to show you the actual results over here. So from week to week itself, Flynt Finance has been entering positions of this Bitcoin covered calls, and after that, you can see that this is the amount of Bitcoin being placed on the strategy. And of course, the ongoing performance that has happened. Basically, they open a position like this, and after that, the strike price is 24,000, and the expiry will be on 17 Feb. So this is last week's contract itself, and of course, luckily, the price went below the strike price. Thus, there was no loss, and of course, they are still able to provide 1% during a week itself. So 1 week itself, 1%. And of course, I would say on average itself, if we look at the strategy itself, it has been performing very well. And after that, everything over here has been in the green zone since the start of inception. So during the inception itself, we can see that the Bitcoin, they started with 2.2 Bitcoin, eventually grew up to 45 Bitcoin total asset under management. Only for this Bitcoin contract itself, which I would say is quite impressive, like it's around 4 months of launching, and after that, they are providing, their AUM itself is expanding. So I'm going to show you my personal portfolio updates. So for my Bitcoin strategy itself, I have a total of 2.12 Bitcoin being subscribed towards this strategy. And of course, the returns itself, I have made a profit of 0.22, which is accumulated to almost $500. And of course, I recently entered 2 Bitcoins onto the platform itself, which I would say was in this call itself, the previous week calls over here. This was the amount that was being subscribed, and I almost have a loss on my 2 Bitcoin, but fortunately enough, on Discord itself, we can see that there is some clarification ongoing. So over here, the trader itself, OX Tinkerer, over here also just to clarify, there seems to be a lot of confusion about liquidation for Bitcoin 5x strategy. So our strategy does not get liquidated immediately. When the moment basically touches the strike price, it starts incurring this unrealized loss. And after that, when the spot price is being suppressed that on the strike price, which I've explained, if let's say 24,000 is the strike price, and you see suddenly Bitcoin head up to 25,000, for example, basically you will see an unrealized PNL that is showing you that you are in a red color zone. Basically, you are losing money. But at the end of the day, it is waiting for expiry. So when expiry happens on the exact time itself, when Bitcoin falls below the strike price, you are still in a green, and of course you are safe. So the liquidation price itself, on the other hand, is dynamic, calculated by the rebate, and of course occur when the loss of the sold option are equal or greater than the margin on the account. So over here we can see that their account itself has a margin of almost 45 Bitcoin as of today. And of course, if let's say the contract being open itself can't be covered on this, I mean like whatever it is, they can't cover the margin itself, they will automatically get liquidated. But I believe their strategy itself is there. And of course, they are making like gains weeks after weeks itself, 0.5 all the way to 1% in a week. Therefore, the APY itself is 50 over percent. So show you my portfolio. So over here I have basically two strategy being implemented. So first of all is the Bitcoin cover calls. Over here, my Ethereum itself is basically being pending. They are switching it to the 5x strategy. So over here, you can see the pending amount. I started with 5 and I ended with 0.9, 5.09 Ethereum. So this is the amount that I've generated. And for Bitcoin itself, started with 0.1, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, I think it's 2.1. So over here made 0.02, and after that from there is a 1% gain since inception. So I would say it is quite interesting to see weekly income coming from Flynt Finance. So if let's say you guys are interested in this, should you invest in it, I'm going to tell you the risk. So we here for Flynt Finance itself, one of the risks is you have to take note, you are sending your funds towards this centralized entity. Therefore, you might be, I mean, like in crypto itself, you do not own the private keys. It's not your coins, so you are trusting your assets towards them and hoping they do not do a rug pull or exit scam on you. So it can happen, and of course, I'm not sure when it's gonna happen, but of course, it might never happen. To be honest, depending on the founders and developers. From what I've interacted with them itself, they are very sincere about this project itself, and they are trying to go for a long-term strategy with this Flynt Finance company itself. And after that, from there I went to calls with them, and after that from there interact with them, talking about like referral program, and after that partnerships here and there. So yes, I'm affiliated with them, but not sponsored. To be honest, they have not sponsored me anything yet. So this is just an affiliate program that I'm in, and of course a product that I'm using, and of course an opportunity that I want to share with you guys. So the risk itself, if you subscribe to any of these Bitcoin cover calls, Ethereum cover calls itself, you have to know that they are trading on behalf of you. And of course, when trading happens, if let's say their strategy was not well planned enough, or let's say the market suddenly have an unexpected volume flushing in towards the crypto market, causing the price to rise tremendously, and of course hitting their strike price, you might lose some money itself. What do I mean by this type of unexpected event? Like suddenly Tesla saying that they are gonna buy back Bitcoin for their cash portfolio holdings. So they bought tons of Bitcoin, and the price of Bitcoin goes higher and higher enough, very high, and after that from there might be some loss incurred if let's say unforeseen event has taken place. And of course for Flynt Finance itself, they are trying their best to maximize their option trading strategy to basically make some gains for everybody. And of course over here we can see that so far so good, everything is in green. But of course one day you might see a red zone and you might say that it's a scam. But over here I will only recommend you guys to put in whatever you can afford to lose, nothing more than that. Do not go and mortgage your home or car or take a loan from somewhere to basically dump your funds into this kind of project itself. If let's say you are willing to risk $1,000, go ahead, risk $1,000, and do not expect it to grow 50% per annum. And I would say that this is just a projected amount over here. It's telling you projected using the past performance, so you can't really determine the future gains through a past performance. So I would say only invest with your own risk management. And of course, if let's say you need to dig more about the company itself, feel free to do more due diligence before you put your funds with them. And of course, personally, I do not really trust them at the start when I started knowing this platform. But eventually, when when I'm into the platform and I see this kind of event happening, it basically gave me more more transparency through their Discord channel itself. And after that, from there, they are having this like Users Club itself. It's one of the platform that they basically, if let's say they enter a position, they are gonna basically announce it on this club itself, which I'm not gonna show. And this is only for those who are already subscribed to their strategy to basically provide more transparency to the existing client on the platform itself. So I would say they are trying their best to do everything very transparent. But of course, I'm just an outsider slash a promoter for them itself to basically do an update on the video itself. And of course, I do not get paid when, if let's say nobody signs up, nobody use the product itself, I do not get paid. That's simple. It's just an affiliate program from them to me, and after that from there it's a standard over here. You yourself can also refer your friends if let's say you are looking to generate additional passive income for yourself in the crypto space. This is the opportunity that you can share it with your friends or family, and of course you have to tell them the risk before asking them to like put their funds in. And of course, everything you invest in the crypto space or whatever it is, there's always risk involved. So do your own due diligence. And of course, I'm gonna see you on the next one. Bye bye. Peace.